Welcome to the Tony the Prophet channel for week 13. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to all my followers. I'm thankful for you that you listen to me every week. We have good weeks and bad weeks. Last week was not a great week, but again, thanks for everybody and the comments. Again, I'm not a professional, been watching football forever and do this as a hobby. So try my best. The professionals can make money at 55% against the spread. It's a very difficult thing to do with all the variables. So, not a great week last week. I had New England -7, smash spot for New England. There was 7-1 against the spread going into this game against the Cincinnati team that was 3-8. And no Chase, no Burrow. Burrow was supposed to play, didn't. He's going to play today. And they win by 6. It was a field goal fiesta. They couldn't get into the red zone. Then we had Detroit -12.5 against the Indianapolis Giants. Just again, another smash spot by the numbers. Giants 31st against the run, giving up over 150 yards a game rushing. That happened. Gibbs alone, 219 yards. They should have killed him. But the defense, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're giving, it was 395 yards to Winston. Okay, they just couldn't cover anybody in the secondary, and they pulled it out as the better team, but they didn't cover. But I mean, I just don't understand. They should have run away with that game. We did have the Rams -7. That was great, very strong. They won by 4 touchdowns. That was easy. And at Seattle, who's the better team on the road. Their road record is better than at home. They had a 30-10 lead versus a team that's 1-9. Just pathetic. And they choked away the lead at the end, and they only covered by 6. They 30-24. So a new week, new opportunities. Did the right things by the numbers. These teams just don't play. I can't, these games are played by human beings, not machines. If it was by the numbers, we'd be millionaires. So, anyways, I like Dallas 3.5 today. Dallas have been playing great. The number 1 pass team, 266 yards a game. Number 4 in points scored. Kansas City defense is good. The number 4 in points allowed, but Kansas City 5-6 against the spread. They're 1-4 away this year against the spread, and they're 1-6 the last 7 on the road. They need to be at home, okay, to do well. And Dallas good at home, 5-2 against the spread. Their last 7 at home, 3-1-1 straight up this year at home. So I'm calling this KC 30-27. There's a lot of points scored, but I'm taking a chance. I'm going to sprinkle a few bucks on the money line. You may get a Dallas 28-27. Anyways, you have the hook. Even if they lose by a field goal, I think this game is close. They play well on Thanksgiving at home. I think Pickens would be the one that Spags tries to take out. Maybe I think his prop 75.5 yards. Maybe it goes under, but they're not going to stop Lamb, and they won't stop Ferguson underneath. So Ferguson should have a good game, and then Williams can run the ball. Rice is to be difficult to stop on the other side. He'll get his, but at the end of the day, at home, you saw the resilience that Dallas had last week, beating Phil, coming back from 21-0. So I like that game. The other game I love Houston getting 4.5 points. You saw how great the D was on last Thursday night. They took out Buffalo. Okay, the number 2 in points allowed, 16.5. The number 3 versus the pass, 172 yards a game, which is unbelievable in this passing league. With all the advantages to the passing game. The number 5 versus the run, 92 yards a game. Okay, and they only give up 4.16 yards a play. So it's a great defense. Come against Indy, who, let's be real, they're a good team, and their defense is okay. They beat up on a lot of patsies early in the year. You had Taylor getting 3 touchdowns in like 3 or 4 games. So you have a team taking advantage of some of the worst teams. you saw when they stopped the run last week, they lost. Okay, so um, they have a very difficult stretch coming up. Indy, they play like Houston twice. I think they get Philly, they get San Francisco, they get Detroit. So Danny Turnover, he needs a run game. Under pressure, he folds like a cheap tent. And you're going to see that. Um, so I like. I'm calling this. I'll give Indy the win, but 23-20, low points in these games. Houston defense, they keep the games low. Again, another game I like to sprinkle a few bucks on the money line and try to come away a winner, because it wouldn't surprise me if Houston won. I think they're the harder and the better team right now. They just need their offense. They're missing a few pieces, but and their O line's hurting. But they're playing well. So I'll take Houston. The other game I like Miami at 5.5 against New Orleans. The team in free fall that inexplicably beat Carolina. Which I've got a few comments to say about Carolina. Then New Orleans gives their better efforts at home. Miami, 3-4 the last games. They're definitely playing better. They beat Buffalo, Washington, and Atlanta in the weeks that they won. They blew out Buffalo, and New Orleans 1-5 against the spread the last 6. You have basically, if you want to analyze, you have Achane and Waddle. You have Waller probably coming back, and Miami 6-3 against the spread the last 9, and for a bad team, that's pretty good. So I'm taking this. I don't think I put the score. I didn't do the analysis on my games. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I don't have time today. Taking time out to get this video out on a family day, but because the game started in an hour or two. But I'm going to call it like, Miami 27-10, 31-17, something like that. So, and the last game for the official picks, I love Denver. And again, I didn't do all my deep dive analysis on these games. This is an abbreviated video here. But Denver 9-2 versus Washington 3-8 against the spread, 0-6 against the spread the last 6, 0-6 straight up. Teams headed in different directions. Denver's the better team. Could be undefeated. They lost 2 games on last-minute field goals. One the ref gave to them, and they may get McLaurin back. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't know if Daniel's going to play. I would say no, but even if he does, Denver defense has 49 sacks. They're pretty lethal. I believe they get Surtain back, so that's a big plus. Takes out the number 1 receiver. He's great, and I suspect this will be like Denver 28-14, somewhere along there. They should win by 10 to 14 points. Should be an easy cover. Other games I like I said, I haven't gone through all these, but let's just talk about for the Turkey Day games. People want to know about that. I would go back to Detroit at 2.5. They're playing at home. They have a better record. Green Bay has the better defense right now, but the Green Bay offense, the only thing that worries me, someone like Watson, after the way they torched Giants torched him last week, I could see him having a deep bomb. But Detroit has the better team. They have the better offense versus the Green Bay has better defense. But some way at home between Gibbs and all these weapons, Jameson, I think they pull it out. I had it Detroit 28-23. But again, I'm not making a top pick because if they lose, it wouldn't surprise me the way they've been playing. And then the other game, Baltimore, I bet Cincy plus 7.5. Baltimore's just not a good cover team. I took the Jets last week and won by a half a point. And that game was closer until the end. They just are not a big, good cover team. And I think that Cincinnati, they won't have Higgins, but as long as they have Chase, and Chase Brown, and Burrow comes back, makes a huge difference. He's a Class A quarterback. I have that game like close 27-24, 27-21 by Baltimore. Take the hook, you get the 7.5. You're going to cover. Baltimore's not a good cover team. So, and then the only other game I like, I don't say the only other game. I haven't gone through them all, but I love Cleveland at home getting 5.5. You have San Francisco, who played Monday night, has to go to Cleveland. Bad weather game. Okay, rain, snow, whatever they get, win. And you had Purdy that gave up. Now, the Cleveland D is a good D, and they play much better at home. And you have Purdy that gave up 3 picks in the first half. Okay, his foot's bothering him, or wherever his ailment, he can't push off, and you saw that. Now, Carolina's pathetic. I thought with 7.5, that was enough to cover last week. I didn't make it one of my picks, but I bet it. And they get 3 picks in the first half and get 3 points. Bryce Young is a backup. I'm sorry. This guy, they had the ball, and he can't even complete a pass. It was just pathetic. They had Dowdle catching the ball down low, and they didn't even use him. He had 4 catches. That was the only offense. Ted McMillan got a few catches, but they get down to kick and take an extra point off the board. They get down to the 1. They come up with some cockamamie pass play. You got to make 1 yard. You got Hubbard and Dowdle. You telling me they can't get 1 yard? It's just a pathetic performance. So I'm out on them. They need to get a new quarterback. They're not, they were 6-5, now they're 6-6. They're not going anywhere. They're not making the playoffs. Not with them. So it's just pathetic. So, anyway, so Cleveland 5.5 points. They'll probably lose by a field goal, but who cares? You got the point. So again, some of these other games are not great. Maybe take the Giants with the hook. Jacksonville, Tennessee, 2 bad teams. Philly, I would take Chicago, but again, not great confidence. So that's about it. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanks for following me and watching these videos that I put out. I really appreciate it. Good time to thank everybody. And good luck, and we'll see you next week.